The huge uproar in Parliament over the Waqf bill. Well, the government, the latest is that has sent the bill for wider consultation to a joint parliamentary committee. This after mounting pressure from not just the opposition but its own NDA allies, the LJP and the TDP. Now remember, the opposition has said that this bill is draconian and it impinges upon the rights of the Muslim land body, which is the Waqf Council. The government, however, has said that these claims are unfounded and the opposition is trying to instill fear in the people when there is no confusion about what the government intends to do. Kiran Rijiju, who is a Minority Affairs Minister, reiterated his claim in Parliament that this is only to ensure wider transparency as far as the Waqf board is concerned. But there was huge uproar in Parliament. All the top opposition leaders spoke. In fact, the Speaker had to intervene on multiple occasions as well, because it became almost like a standoff between the government and the opposition in Parliament when this bill was tabled by the government, and now it has been sent to a joint parliamentary committee, a phenomenon that has become extremely rare given the fact that the Modi government had absolute majority in the past 2 terms. But this is a new parliament with an increased opposition and the bill has now been sent for wider consultation. Listen in to all the reactions that have come in.
इसमें महिलाओं के लिए, बच्चों के लिए और मुसलमान समाज में जो पिछड़े हैं, जिसको आज तक कभी मौका नहीं मिला, जिसको दबा के रखा हुआ है, उनको जगह देने के लिए ये बिल लाया गया है। तो ये सर एक अच्छा समय है। जो गलती किया है, ठीक है, इंसान से गलती हो जाते हैं और पार्टियों ने भी गलती किया होगा, कांग्रेस पार्टी ने, बाकी पार्टी ने। आज सुधरने का समय है, तो हम सुधर रहे हैं। गलतियां हुई हैं, लेकिन जो सुधरते समय कम से कम आप विरोध ना करें।
आपके मस्जिद को छेड़छाड़ करने का प्रयास नहीं किया जा रहा है। कोई धर्म के नाम पर बंटवारा नहीं हो रहा है। ये भ्रम फैलाना चाहते हैं और ये बात करते हैं अल्पसंख्यकों की। अल्पसंख्यक की बात कर रहे हैं केसी वेणुगोपाल जी, अल्पसंख्यक की बात करते हैं। इस देश में हजारों पंजाबी सिखों को किसने मारने का काम किया था? किसने उसकी हत्या की थी? आपने की थी, आपकी पार्टी ने किया था। हम उसके गवाह हैं, हम उसके गवाह हैं। हजारों सिख समुदाय, कौन सा सिख समुदाय? जो टैक्सी ड्राइवर था, उसने इंदिरा गांधी की हत्या की थी। सड़कों पर घूम घूम के सिखों की हत्या कर रहे हैं और अल्पसंख्यक की दुहाई दे रहे हैं। बाहर है बाहर।
Will it be possible for a Muslim or a Christian to be part of the board which manages a Hindu temple? Would you allow that?
No, also Sikhs.
And Sikhs? Parsis? Would you allow that? No. But then, why should somebody who does not believe in a particular religion have the right to make decisions on behalf of that religion?
Waqf properties, sir, are not public properties. By removing Waqf by user, this government wants to take over Dargah, Masjid and Waqf properties. Sir, take this example of 107. You have made it more difficult to be removed. Encroachment happens. Section 37 removes protection to Waqf properties. Section 40, prejudicial amendments. And the government is, sir, government बोल रही है, सर मैं खत्म कर रहा हूं सर, आधा मिनट। गवर्नमेंट कह रहे हैं कि हम महिलाओं को दे रहे हैं। मुझे यकीन है कि आप बिल्किस बानो को और ज़किया जाफरी को मेंबर बनाएंगे, मुझे यकीन है। मैं आपसे जानना चाह रहा हूं सर कि ये जो आप बिल ला रहे हैं, आप देश को बांटने का काम कर रहे हैं, जोड़ने का काम नहीं कर रहे हैं। आप दुश्मन हैं मुसलमानों के, उसका सबूत ये बिल है।
Congress MP Manikam Tagore, sir, the Waqf bill has been sent to the JPC. Do you see this as a victory of the opposition?
No, it's a very sad thing that the bill which is against the constitution has been brought to the parliament, and we asked pertaining questions to the legality of it. But honorable minister was not speaking about the legality, but he was speaking about other stories of other content part. But we can say to it that in JPC, we are opposition India alliance will be united, and we all will fight for the constitutional rights of the minorities.
So the Congress party's first priority was to ask the government to withdraw this bill or to ask for the division
we wanted to withdraw the bill. We don't want the bill amendments to carry because it is against the constitution. I mean, if you remember, anybody's religious faith, it's the articles gives that kind of strength, and it is against the constitution.
Thank you so much for speaking to us. That was Manikam Tagore. Bharatiya Janata Party MP Arun Govil, sir, the opposition party specifically opposed the Waqf bill. They said that this is against the Article 26 of right to religion. How do you see opposition parties creating ruckus inside the house?
नहीं, उनको पूरी जानकारी नहीं है। पहली बात तो वो पूरी नॉलेज किसी चीज़ के बारे में उनको होती नहीं है, उससे पहले ही वो रिएक्ट करना शुरू कर देते हैं। आज जो हमारे माइनॉरिटी मिनिस्टर ने, किरण जी ने जितना अच्छी तरह से एक्सप्लेन की हैं सारी चीज़ें, उनके जितने सवाल थे अपोजिशन के, उनका जितने जवाब दिया वो बहुत क्लैरिटी है। और उन्होंने ये भी बताया कि 1995 का जो एक्ट बना था ये वक्फ बोर्ड का, वो उसमें जो गलतियां हैं उनको अगर सुधारने की अब बात हो रही है, और वो कांग्रेस के ज़माने पे बना था, तो अगर अब कांग्रेस उस बात के भी मानने को तैयार नहीं है और मतलब सिर्फ सवाल उठाते हैं, और जब जवाब उन्होंने देना शुरू किया तो एक टाइम पे तो कुछ लोग वॉकआउट भी कर गए कांग्रेस के। तो ये बड़ी कुछ अजीब सी स्थिति हो जाती है उसमें। मुझे नहीं लगता कि इसमें कहीं कोई भी प्रॉब्लम है। जो गलतियां हुई उनको सुधार लेना चाहिए।
In fact, Aishwarya Jain is now joining us live. So, Aishwarya, extremely interesting there that the bill has now been sent to a joint parliamentary committee. We haven't seen this happen too often, particularly in the past two terms when the government had an absolute majority. But, mounting pressure not just from the opposition, but interestingly from both the major allies of the BJP as well.
Well, this is not the same parliament that was before in the earlier government, and with a stronger opposition. There were several opposition parties who raised the voice against this bill. In fact, some of the opposition parties, in fact, demanded to withdraw this bill, and some called for to send this bill to a standing committee. Remember, there is no standing committee as far as the Minority Affairs is concerned, and therefore the reason perhaps it has been sent to a joint parliamentary committee, which was also welcomed by the Lok Sabha Speaker. Now, this joint parliamentary committee will be constituted for a specific issue, and this will bring more consultation from different spectrums of the society, from both the members from lower house and from the upper house as well. And a specific 90 days time period is normally given to any JPC to find out the whereabouts and what consultations needs to be done and what should be the outcome after that, and the report needs to be prepared. It will be very interesting to see that who will chair the JPC this time for this particular bill, because Bharatiya Janata Party has its mandate, and certainly they would want that there should be BJP member who would be chairing this JPC, who would be having more consultations into it. But remember, it was Kiran Rijiju, who is the Minority Affairs Minister of India, who said that since 2016 the government has been doing consultations from different parts of the states, from different Muslim communities. People were called, and also individuals were in fact called for the consultation. They were from Uttar Pradesh, both Sunni Waqf Board and Shia Waqf Board, that was also consulted. And only after these consultations the government came to a conclusion that there needs to be these amendments that needs to be made. Certainly it is also Mr. Rijiju who said that there were wrongdoings in the past when Congress government was there, but now it is Rijiju who himself is taking pride to bring this bill for the benefit of the Muslim community, that will ensure more transparency into the Waqf Board. Now, several examples were made as far as the government is concerned as to how in Tamil Nadu, in one village, the entire land was named over the Waqf Board. In Gujarat, in Maharashtra, how there are different properties that are still pending in the tribunal, and therefore the reason perhaps amendments like disposal of the cases and and also putting these tribunal cases into higher courts and Supreme Court so that they can challenge the decision of the tribunal. 6 months of disposal period should be allowed, and 44 of those amendments needs to be brought in this Waqf Amendment Bill. But certainly this was the very first time in the last couple of years that we have seen that JPC demand was there, and easily the government had assured that yes, it will go to the JPC, but because this is for the rights of the Muslims and minorities of India, the government welcomes the demand of the JPC, and more consultation is something that they are not running away from. The opposition parties clearly had called it a draconian law. They have called that this is against Article 26 of the Constitution of India, against the religion of faith, and against the right of the religion and faith, and also, this will take away the rights of Muslims from the Waqf community. But certainly, the entire political parties who came outside after the bill was introduced, they clearly had stated that they welcome the move of the government, that this bill had now been sent to the JPC and not passed in a way that the bills had been passed in the past. But of course, several opposition parties have stated that this is just purely for the political motive, and the government wanted to pass it because of the upcoming elections. That's what the claim was.
Absolutely, Aishwarya, and you made an interesting point there. It would be very interesting to see who actually heads this JPC, because as you're reporting, this is not the same parliament. The dynamics have changed. Thanks very much for that update. In fact, my colleague Vasudha Venugopal, who has been in parliament all day monitoring the updates on the Waqf bill, sent us this report as to what really is the government's rationale behind bringing this bill. Take a look.
In an expected move, Parliamentary Affairs Minister Kiran Rijiju, who also happens to be the Minority Affairs Minister, proposed to send the new 2024 Waqf Amendment Bill to a joint parliamentary committee for further scrutiny. This happened after several members of the opposition parties pointed to, the problems that they have with the bill. Remember that this is a bill that seeks to amend at least 44 portions of the existing Waqf Amendment Act of 1995. To start with, the government is basically saying that it wants to bring in transparency, accountability and effectiveness in the working of Waqf boards across the country. Waqf is an integral part of the Islamic way of life, and it denotes a property that's used by Muslims and also sent for donations. The charitable purpose bit of Waqf properties is something that is integral to the practitioners of Islam. All the opposition MPs who spoke today, including DMK's Kanimoi, to Congress party's KC Venugopal, to Supriya Sule of the NCP led by Sharad Pawar, to Asaduddin Owaisi of the AIMIM, and several others, pointed to this bill being against the constitutional freedoms of minority communities. They said that it was an attack on democracy. They also pointed to some very specific provisions in the new bill, which they said will amount to violating the rights of minorities. Starting with, they pointed to the fact that Section 40 was being removed. Section 40 of the 1995 existing Act of Waqf Properties gives a lot of powers, overarching powers, according to people in the government, to the Waqf boards to decide what exactly is a Waqf property or not. The new bill that has been moved by the government makes it very clear that the collector will be in charge of surveying and also verification, which also means that any property will not be deemed as Waqf property just because the board has decided to do that. Kiran Rijiju, the Parliamentary Affairs Minister, also gave a long speech detailing the reasons why this bill has been brought. He said that this will make Waqf boards gender inclusive because the government has mandated the inclusion of at least 2 women. All the other sects of Islam, apart from the Sunnis, will also find equal representation. For instance, the Bohras, the Aga Khani sect, and also Ahmadiyas will be, sending their representatives to the Waqf boards, which he says will make the Waqf boards more inclusive, something that has been missing. He said the 2013 amendments that were made to the existing Act of 1995 did not really regularize the working of the Waqf boards, which is why several properties, including the Toliganj Club of Kolkata, to the Eidgah Maidan of Bengaluru, to even the Surat Municipal Corporation, have often been tagged as Waqf properties, and the tribunals under existing laws do not really have complete powers, and there is no scope of jurisdiction by civic courts, which he said was against the principles of democracy. The bill that the government has moved will now be sent to a JPC. Another motion was also moved to repeal the 1923 Musalman Waqf Act, which was the first act in the country to regularize the working of the Waqf properties. Of course, there were very important points that the opposition pointed out. Asaduddin Owaisi said that Hindu endowments are basically based on the principles of trust and customs, but the same thing has not been given to the Muslims. And the other MPs, including Supriya Sule, talked about the situation in Bangladesh and said that this is the time for India to show unity and ensure that it protects its minorities. Kanimuri of the DMK specifically made this point that the inclusion of non-Muslims in Muslim Waqf boards is violative of their freedoms. K.C. Venugopal said that temples like Guruvayur and Ayodhya will not have non-Hindus in their boards, so why should Muslims be subjected to something like this? So clearly a lot of debate happened today. But of course, the bill was introduced and Mr. Rijiju promptly proposed that it be sent to the JPC. The next move is, of course, left to the Speaker, and he will put in place a committee, a JPC, a Joint Parliamentary Committee with MPs from both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Usually, such committees are about 30 in number. For a long time, India's Parliament has not seen a JPC, which means that this is a first in many years. But clearly, it is a debate with a lot of nuances, with the government clearly saying that this will bring in transparency and also regularize and modernize the working of Waqf boards, with the opposition saying that this would make the minorities feel unsafe because they no longer will have control over their properties.